The sixth one, before then I'll go to my conclusion, is intentions versus actions. Intentions versus actions. I would like you to take this very seriously because it has break a lot of marriages, a lot of relationships. A woman came to me and told me that her man doesn't listen. That her man is very arrogant. The man doesn't listen. I said, what do you mean he doesn't listen? Fortunately, he's my friend. I said, Fatao, your lady told me that you don't listen, that you are very hard, very arrogant. What is really happening? He said, don't mind her. She has a problem. My wife has a problem. Anytime she has a problem and she comes to me, I advise her to solve the problem. Mr. Yunus, do you know what? The next day, she'll come and tell me the same problem. And I will advise her. She doesn't take my advice. She's arrogant. So I said, what's your intention for giving her advice? I want her to feel better. And I said, but a woman don't feel better by giving her advice. A woman feel better when you listen to her, understand what she's going through. She needs your empathy and compassion, not your advice. Now he has good intentions for her, but his actions are wrong. So when a woman starts talking, then say, oh, stop there. You should have do this. Don't do this. No, you think that will make her feel better. That worsens her. She wants you to listen. So when your woman comes and she starts, today when I started, I went there and I saw this, and things were very hard. So, then you really went through a lot. The way the thing hurt me. There's so many things. Then today you suffer. The way I suffered, so many things. Just be pulling it down. And then I came and met one guy who was doing that. I guess maybe you are so beautiful. The guy was just disturbing me and said, then you are suffering. Now after you hear that, now that's why I just loved you. She'll feel better. But when she just started today, I met one guy. You like meeting guys. He like meeting guys. What kind of guys is that? Don't stop passing that road. Next time, pass the other way. Now you have good intention. You want her to feel better, but you made her feel worse. She can't trust you. So she'll stop sharing with you. She'll start sharing with somebody, guys. She'll start sharing with other guys. Then before you realize, she gets closer. Before you realize, she cheats. If you want your woman, use your ears, not your mouth. Now, a guy also came and told me his wife wants to control him. I said, what do you mean? The wife wants to control me. Fortunately, I know the wife. She's my colleague at the college. So I told her, what is happening? Your man came to me and told me you want to control him. What's your intention for doing that? I said, Mr. Yunus, he's my man. I loved him. I want him to grow. I feel like we can do better. Then I said, but a man don't grow by you criticizing him, trying to control him. A man grow when you accept him. He wants to feel acceptance. When a man is perfect, any woman can be with him. I want to feel accepted the way I am. Can you accept me? Stop telling me don't do this, do this. Who are you? Don't tell me that. Yes, you have a good intention, but your actions are wrong. If you really want your man to grow, accept him. Accept that he's not perfect and you loved him unconditionally. Now, he will now see you as his best friend. Now he can now ask you, advise you. Okay, here, he himself will come for advice. But when I come and tell you issues, you don't accept me the way I am. Just start, you should have done this. Nowadays, you be doing this, do this. Don't do this, do this. What? You are pissing me off, or you want me to grow? You want to control me, you want to put me in your purse. And this is a secret for you. Are you listening? Some of you should write this. When you give your woman too much power, the less she respects you. When you give your woman too much power, the less she respects you. When a woman gives a man too much power, he treats her like his queen. But when you give a woman too much power, she starts to see you as less. Never give a woman too much power. Always have the control. In fact, don't even see her as a tool to be used. Never let a tool control you. See a woman as a knife. You can use her to cut garden eggs and do a lye soup. And you can use her to cut yourself. See every woman as a tool. She's to support you. Never let her take the leadership role. You have lost it. I was in a car from Accra coming and I met a lady. She told me she was with this guy. The guy loves her, but she controls him. So I said, did you marry him? No, I married a different guy. I quit him and married a different guy. Me, I don't want a guy I'll be controlling. Guess what? She married a different guy. This is a guy who loves her. Because he loves her so much, she controls him. Now, she doesn't know that there's a king in every guy. But because of the love he has for her, he brings himself down like wow, like a fool for her. And she put him down. And went for a guy who can tell her, don't do this, do this. And the best way to correct your lady is immediately she made a mistake, just give it to her. Women in nature are arrogant. They will test you. But if you still stay faithful with what you want to do, she will learn to respect it. Always assume the leadership. So I've come to the end of my speech. Before I get to the conclusion, today is on financial empowerment, looking rich versus being rich. Please don't spend your money to look rich. Focus on building. I want you to become rich. Secondly, buying wants and begging for your needs. Stop using your money to buy wants. The difference between wants and needs is that, can you live without food? Can you live without food? But can't you live without mobile phone? Can't you live without a shoe? Know the difference between needs and wants. It's very important. Asset versus liability. Spend your money on assets. Two things define assets. One, they bring you money. Two, they appreciate in value. Stop spending your money on liabilities when you are broke. There's time for everything. When you try to live big when you are not yet big, you continue to live hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck. You will suffer. Any liability you cannot buy twice, don't buy it. You can't it's today you can't afford it. A time will come you'll be able to afford everything you want. But right now you are broke. Your mom is broke. Your dad is broke. Your siblings are broke. Things are hard for you. Stop wasting things you don't have much of. You don't have many money, so don't waste it. Don't waste it on liability. There's time for it. There's time to sow. There's time to harvest. So when you are poor, focus on assets. When you become rich, you can now afford whatever you want. Now this guy who bought the 4 plots, sold 3 and bought.